here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Here comes the sun, woman.
Hello friends, this is the Sun Woman. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel for this month's new moon readings. The new moon is falling in the sign of Aquarius on January 28th, and so this reading is going to cover that time frame through to February 27th, the new moon in Pisces. I want to say happy birthday to all my fellow Aquarians. I'm also an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Mercury. So a lot of strong Aquarian energy there. Thank you so much to all my subscribers. Thank you so much to everyone who likes and shares the videos and who comments. I appreciate your energy that you put in, and I appreciate your loyalty to the channel. Now, this new moon in Aquarius really marks the beginning of 2017 in a lot of ways. You're going to be finding that the energy of 2016 is really going to be passing away. And with this new moon in Aquarius, you know, the ball gets rolling for what's going to be happening for us in this new year. Aquarius is the sign of the innovator, the sign of the humanitarian. You know, Aquarius pours out the waters of humanity, love, and peace. And justice in that, you know, as that water bearer. So in your own individual lives as well as in the world around us, you may see, you know, more of a quest for freedom, for independence, for the protection of your own rights, the protection of the rights of others. Many of you may be getting more involved in humanitarian causes for justice and peace and equality. So again, keep your eyes open for that in your life as well as, you know, what's going on around us in the world at large. Now, we're also in a period of eclipses, so it's eclipse season time again. The eclipses in February are going to be falling on February 10th in the sign of Virgo, so Virgo and Pisces are going to be very strong there. Those eclipses that's a full moon eclipse on February 10th, so as we know, full moons bring culmination, they bring endings, they bring clearing away of energies so that we can start, you know, with a fresh slate. Now, you may find a lot of clearing away of the emotional baggage from the previous 6 months in your own life. Allow that to happen. Allow those closures to happen, because there are new and more resonant things coming through to you, and you don't want to have that baggage holding on to that and prevent those blessings from coming into you. All right. So we'll get more into that around the full moon. Hopefully, I'll be able to do full moon readings for you at that time. But for now, let's just concentrate on the new moon in Aquarius for each of the 12 individual signs. Now, these are general readings. If you'd like a private reading that is, again, very specific, very tailored to your own personal situation, please contact me at the link below here in the information box at my website, or you can contact me on Facebook as well. Thank you again for liking, sharing, and subscribing, and let's go ahead and take a look at the individual readings for the 12 signs. Hello, dear Leos. This new moon in Aquarius is going to be highlighting your 7th house, okay? And that's just in time for Valentine's Day that's coming up. And, you know, the 7th house is your house of partnerships. Aquarius is your opposite sign. So when Aquarius is highlighted, you may, you may experience a lot of activity where romantic partnerships, your spouse, or if this is a business situation where your business partner is concerned. When the sun is in your opposite sign, it's kind of a time where you have to take into consideration even more, you know, the feelings of those around you, because the solar energy is as far away from you as a Leo as possible when it's in Aquarius. So there will be a lot of activity. You may have to, you know, be in the backup role, or you may find that just the subject of partnerships and relationships are very strong on your mind. mind and you're investing a lot of time and energy in them, okay? Now, the full moon in Aquarius and Leo, which is an eclipse, is going to be a powerful eclipse. And I actually misspoke at the beginning, in the intro video. It's not in Pisces and Virgo. It is in Leo and Aquarius, the eclipse on February 10th. So, eclipses bring about change. They bring about culmination, things coming to completion, or something coming to fulfillment, okay? So however that applies to you in your life, it is going to affect your relationships because of the solar energy in Aquarius right now. Again, relationships being the main focus, and these could be love relationships or they could be business partnerships, all right? If it's a business situation, some of you may be bringing in a new partner, or your partner may be leaving or, changing jobs. Some of you may decide to hire someone new who's going to kind of be a representative of you, maybe a publicist or a new manager or, an agent. That will represent you, be a partnership to represent you as well. Okay, so I've already laid the cards down here, and what I can tell you from the beginning, the message here completely resonates with the position of the sun and the moon as we are coming out of January into February and through the month of March. I'm sorry, through the month of February. You have here as the main oracle card a card called influence. So some of the key words on influence are courtship, mutual attraction, genuine affection, natural magnetism, stimulation, and connecting. So this kind of speaks for itself. This is a relationship reading. There's no question about that. Some of you may have met someone recently, someone new, and you may be kind of moving slowly and trying to decide where you want to take this relationship. Some of you may be in a relationship right now, and there may be the same thing where you're trying to decide, is this relationship going to continue on? Does this have the potential to go the long haul? I feel in the recent past, and we're talking about probably the end of December, coming into January, coming into the new year, 2016, as I said, was a difficult year for many of us, and there were a lot of endings in 2016. There may have been situations where you considered ending a relationship, but you've kind of been holding on to that, trying to decide what to do. I feel like many of you were confused, all right, or uncertain as to where a relationship was going. Maybe some of you were in a difficult situation where there was betrayal or there were lies that came out into the open, and so things were revealed to you that you had no idea was happening, that were going on, or feelings were revealed to you that you were not aware of. Many of you may have been have had a serious sit down with a partner and hash things out. It may have been a very emotional situation, an emotional confrontation, okay? And I feel though that many of you Leos are really ultimately only wanting to have that strong, loving, romantic partnership, that supportive partnership with a strong emotional component to it. I feel like you're not willing to accept anything less than that, and so a lot of what you're feeling right now is wanting to have your dreams fulfilled in relationships, okay? What your deepest desires are, your deepest yearnings. Maybe some of you may have been having very powerful dreams about a lover, about a partner, and trying to understand what those things, what they mean and the significance of them. I feel that as we came into the month of February, there may have been a reason for you to pull back and spend some time alone, contemplating, what happens next. If it's a new relationship, perhaps either you or this partner may have a lot going on that has kind of separated you, and there may be timing issues, where someone's working hard, they're working long hours, and your schedules are kind of off, and you're not necessarily seeing each other as much or as frequently as you want to. I feel that a lot of you may be in a healing process right now. So if you did go through a very difficult situation coming into January and towards the end of January, then I feel like right now you are recuperating, okay? You're in a period of healing, and it's very necessary. It's been necessary for you to take time out, to be by yourself, to spend some time alone, and maybe distance yourself from the emotional upheaval for some of you, emotional scenes, or just from the revelations that may have come about in the month of January or in the month of December. All right, so coming into the month of February and going toward the middle of February, say around February 15th, 16th, and going through to when the moon moves into the sign, the sun moves into the sign of Pisces, I feel that you will be ready to make a decision. Okay, judgment is here. So we're coming from the moon, a period of kind of confusion, illusion, seeing through illusions, uncertainty, sometimes facing your fears. Coming out of that into this healing, kind of pulling back and detaching yourself from too much emotionality, and looking to heal and recuperate from that, and now moving into a decisive time where you know that you ultimately have to make a decision. Okay, there has to be a judgment here, and you're ready for a transformation. All right, you're ready for something different than what has been going on. You're ready for an awakening. You want to feel alive. You want to feel loved. You want to feel moved by love and by emotions. And you want to have a relationship where there's truth, where there is, everything is clear. You know where you stand. Your partner knows where your partner stands. And you want a renewal. If it's a past relationship or a long-term relationship, you are ready for a renewal in that relationship, or you're ready to let it go. If it is a new relationship that you've come into, you are ready to make a decision. All right, and it may be a situation where you are going to be so inspired or uplifted or awakened on some level, whether it is emotional, whether it is sexual, whether it is intellectual, by a partner, that you're ready to now change your life and maybe move forward to another level of relationship and relationship goals and loving. Okay, you have as your crowning card here the Ace of Cups. All right, and we're talking again about, that seventh house, that relationship house. Well, you couldn't have a better card than the Ace of Cups coming up as your advice card, the card that's crowning the reading here, and that is, directly over this card of influence, talking about companionship and mutual attraction. So you have Ace of Cups, which is new beginnings. It's the renewal of love, or you have new love that's coming through. That is a new start. Okay, something fresh that's being, inspired. That is sparking, the spark of love. So whether it is a new relationship or a current relationship, I do feel that many of you Leos are going to be feeling like your cup is running over with love this month. Very possible possibly during the month of February, around Valentine's Day, or even as the sun moves into Pisces, you may be feeling an increased amount of emotion, an increased amount of heartfelt joy and happiness where love is concerned. Okay, and the Ace of Cups as your advice card is be open to love. Allow love to happen. Allow love to come into your life. Allow it to be inspired and spark you. Allow yourself to fall in love. You know, the message on this card is, when I saw you, I fell in love, and you smiled because you knew. So interesting to me there that, you know, with this card, mutual attraction, we're not talking about a one-way street here. We are talking about two people who recognize each other, who understand that this is something special, who are both inspired and emotionally connected, and there is strong mutuality there. Okay, strong mutuality, not just emotionally, but to natural attraction. There may be a powerful sexual attraction, very magnetic. You know, we're talking about twin soul, twin flame energy here, where you don't want to be without this person. You both are happier together. You're always on each other's mind. There may be the talk about marriage, about courtship, about this not just being an everyday relationship, but something that can run the course of moving towards marriage, or moving towards the long term, moving in together, having a family together. Okay, so, and there's genuine affection. It's not just a sexual relationship, but you like each other, you care for each other, there's mutual respect. So, hopefully this resonates for you, and whether you are in a relationship right now, or whether you are attracting someone into your life, or you have just met someone. These are beautiful signs for the start, or the continuation, or for the growth of a strong emotional relationship. Now, what are the influences around you? Well, the devil is here. Okay, now, interesting, because sometimes, depending on how the devil falls, or in between what cards the devil falls, it can have a negative message, or it can actually have a positive message. Keep in mind that the devil talks about obsession. It talks about powerful connections to something, even obsessive connections, whether that is another person, whether it is money, whether it is power, whether it is sexuality. The devil is being chained to something, okay? When it comes up, you're chained to something. Now, with the devil coming up in the area that covers the influences around you, this devil could represent someone who is very powerfully attractive to you. All right? Someone that you really cannot even resist if you try. And next to the Ace of Cups, we may be talking here about not just an emotional relationship that is heartfelt, that is a heart connection, that could be a karmic connection, but also a very powerful physical attraction. All right? So there is no lack of sexual magnetism there. Physical connection could be very strong. If you decide to move things to that level, it could be one of a mind-blowing situation that could completely take you off guard and overwhelm you. All right, so the devil, the warning of the devil is not to allow yourself to lose yourself in this situation. The devil is about earthly pleasures. So, we know what falls into that, that aspect of life, the connection between two people, the physical connection. But the importance here is that you cannot allow yourself to lose yourself in this situation where everything else kind of falls by the wayside, okay? You know, make sure you're still taking care of your responsibilities. Make sure you are not blowing off your work. You know, if you have family responsibilities, make sure that those are taken care of, and that all the other aspects of your life that comprise your life are not kind of put to the wayside, and, you know, you lose that sense of responsibility of what's important because you are so into and so deeply, you know, powerfully connected to this other person. Passion, emotional connection, these are things that we need as human beings in our life, just like food, water, shelter. You know, we need to be emotionally and passionately connected to something or someone. So there's no shame in that, Leo. But as I said, the key word here is balance in your life, okay? Now, what's the obstacle? Well, we have a person coming up here who is represented by the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles represents for the most part, represents an earth sign. So this could be Virgo, this could be Capricorn, or Taurus. Now, why is this person coming up in your obstacles area? Well, it's very possible that this could be an outside influence that may be affecting your relationship. If you are currently in a relationship, you may have competition. Someone who is trying to attract your partner, or who wants your partner, and, you know, is doing their best to maybe undermine your situation. Perhaps this Queen of Pentacles is someone who was revealed back in January or December, the presence of this Queen of Pentacles. And again, this could be male or female, you know, an earth sign, or someone that has the qualities of the Queen of Pentacles, which is someone who, for the most part, is a very stable person, probably has a really good job, works in some way with money, perhaps. It could be someone who really loves luxury, loves to make money, spend money, get money, okay? It could be someone who has their own business or their own company, who is in a position of power and influence where finances are concerned. It could be someone who is receiving financial support, significant financial support, perhaps from an ex-partner or an ex-spouse. This could be someone who owns their own home, has a very opulent, luxurious home. You know, maybe they have an expensive car. You know, again, just the qualities of this Queen of Pentacles is about money in some way. So, as I said, this could be someone who is a competitor. It could be an ex-spouse, or it could be a current spouse if your partner, or the person that you're attracted to is currently married or currently has a significant other. You may have recently found out in January that the person that you were involved with either was still married or has a partner, who they have children with, perhaps, or a long-term partner. So in some way, this Queen of Pentacles is coming up as an obstacle to you. All right. Now, towards the end of the month, we have the Hangman here. And what this really says to me is that you are in some way, you are going to have to let things ride here, okay? You need to allow yourself to look at the situation from a different perspective. Now, what does that mean? Well, if this is a relationship situation where your partner was involved with or has another person that is in their life or has been in their life, and there was a revelation about this, you may have to decide, what is important to you here. It may be a situation where your partner or the person you're attracted to is no longer involved with this person. Perhaps this person did something to meddle in your relationship or to try and manipulate the situation in order to cause a problem and cause an issue or an explosion with you and and your significant other. If this is an ex-spouse, again, you may be tired of their presence that person's presence in your lover's life. But if this is someone who your partner has children with, or even is a business partner, or is involved financially with your partner in some way, you may have to accept their presence here, but make sure that you are defining the boundaries that should exist there. All right, so it may be a situation where your partner has said to you, okay, this is who this person is, we don't have a connection, we don't have a relationship, we're not involved anymore, but I still have to support this person, or we still have children together, and so I have to deal with this person, or I haven't been with this person for such and such years, and they came back into the situation, they don't want to see me happy. Okay, so whatever the case is here, you may have to look at the situation from a different perspective if you want to allow the relationship to continue on or to move to another level. Now, in order to do that, you'll have to analyze the relationship. Is this person that you're involved with committed to you? Are they truthful? Do you believe them? Have they proven themselves? Do they have integrity? Are they being authentic? Are they letting you know where they stand? Have they drawn very specific boundaries with people from their past, or a person from their past? And so try to separate yourself from jealousy, from being overly emotional, from being insecure. The moon talks about insecurities, it talks about fears. So perhaps through your own fears or your own insecurities, you're afraid of the presence of this other person in your lover's life. But you may have to, if you want to keep this person, and if you want to grow this connection, and if this person means that much to you, and if this is a relationship that you want to be committed to and that you feel can grow and benefit you on an emotional, a soul level, a life level, if this person is who you want to be with, then you may have to make adjustments to the way that things appear and get down to the bottom and define things to the point where you feel comfortable in this person's life, and you know where you stand, as I said earlier, and you know where that other person stands. Okay, so as I said earlier, things look good here. It looks like this is a good relationship. It looks like you have good beginnings. It looks like there's a strong connection. It looks like there's a powerful there's powerful magnetism here. This person rocks your boat. All right, whatever you want, however you want to say it. You may have needed to, or you may be needing to take that time out to really analyze. But I feel like by mid-month you're going to make that decision, and things are going to be much clearer. There's going to be an awakening. There's going to be clarity. You're going to make a judgment call, and hopefully you'll be able to see things from a different perspective. If when you go over things with a fine-tooth comb, the person that you're involved with proves to be worthy and proves to be worth your love and your devotion, then I feel that you will make that decision to move forward. And if they don't, then you will gain clarity this month and have a better understanding of where you stand and where your, the object of your affections, the object of your love stands as far as their feelings and their commitment to you. All right, my Leo, so that is your message for the month of February. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your presence. I wish you all good things, love, peace, and joy, and I bid you namaste.